in the fire service has become a topic that none of us can afford to ignore or deny the existence of. In 2015, NIOSH concluded a 5-year study of nearly 30,000 firefighters from Chicago, Philadelphia, and San Francisco to better understand the potential link between firefighting and cancer. NIOSH utilized data from those 3 cities from the years 1950 all the way through to 2009. The study has provided evidence that firefighters are at an increased risk of certain types of cancer as a result of this occupational exposure.
Then she came back and said, well, I have worse news. You have acute lymphoblastic leukemia, which is very rare for someone in their 30s. Captain here, Monique Vandenberg, was diagnosed with AML before me, and she was going through that battle when I found out I was sick. And I remember she was at a point in her fight where she wasn't sure if she was going to survive.
Fortunately, various leaders in our field have responded to this epidemic by creating best practices to reduce firefighter exposure. At Santa Clara County Fire Department, we've incorporated these best practices into new policies that will reduce firefighter exposure, your exposure, to carcinogens. This video has been created to help you understand these best practices, the new policies, and how they'll be implemented. Please watch the video. Go over the policies together as a crew, review the equipment, and as always, feel free to reach out if you have any questions.
So the healthy in, healthy out, I think some of the biggest things from that for me is the staying on air for overhaul is a big one. I never thought of all the particles. We always think about ideal H, non-ideal H, but it's way more than that. Now when I come out of the fire, all I want to do is take a shower right away. It's like all I think about. I'm like, I want to get back, I want to take a shower. I want to get this stuff off of me. I never used to think about that stuff. Yeah, don't count on presumptive laws to protect you. I think is the point. They're great. A lot of people have suffered and died for these things to come about, and it's taken a lot of people to fight for those presumptive laws. And but they're just not. It's not like, oh, I have cancer. Great, workers' comp's just gonna take care of me. Workers' comp does not want to take care of you.
You know, I admit this to a lot of people that I was adamantly against putting washers and dryers in just because of the cost, the maintenance side of it. But I've completely changed my thought process just because of this, because cancer has become such a prevalent, known thing in the fire service. In every one of the stations throughout the county, county fire, we have found and located where we're going to put washers and dryers and extractors in every station, so that when folks come back from events and they backed up their turnouts, they can individually do the cleaning in their own stations, as well as washers and dryers to clean their other personal garments.
One of the main advantages of having washers and dryers in the stations is that we're leaving the contaminants at the station. We're no longer taking the contamination home in our cars. We're no longer taking them to our houses and mixing them in our personal washing machines with our kids' clothes, our spouse's clothes who weren't at the fire.
Captain Padian, take 2. Kind of looking at me. Questions. Boom. That's it.